Before we start this segment, I have managed to narrow down to 4 victims that have been confirmed to have suffered to this abuse of the bullying campaigns. In this video, they will be referred as Victim 1, Victim 2, Victim 3, and Victim 4. For Victim 2 and Victim 3, their abuse happened privately, therefore we do not know exactly how things happened. All we do know is that for Victim 3, he was also doxxed by this bullying campaign. They got his IP address. For Victim 1 and Victim 4, however, well, Victim 1 was by far their biggest bullying campaign and it was all public. The link to the Discord server in which this happened I will be in the description, but I will advise you, you will see stuff there that you probably shouldn't if you are under the ages of 18. And Victim 4 was me, and I'm gonna share with you what they did to me. This video will take a nosedive and discuss very heavy topics that are not suitable for people below a certain age or people with a weak heart. I will not be showing any of the images that were tossed around in this, but even without that, viewer discretion is advised. Back in October of 2024, NCT, alongside long racers and around 10 other people, gathered together in a Discord server that was abandoned to bully a 12-year-old kid. I will be censoring most of the names of the people that participated in the bullying. That's because most of the people moved on from this event. And while they still deserve backlash, I already have 4 people stalking my every movement, and I do not want more. The only 2 people whom didn't move on are NCD, who still brags about this, to what he did to this day, and Lone Racers, who still does similar stuff to this day. I won't be censoring their names. So what happened in this bullying campaign? Well, bullying, of course, but more importantly, the victim was doxxed. One of the people pretended to be his friend, sent him a link, the victim clicked on it, and just like that, they now had his exact address, down to a local store and the exact street he lived on. That was NCD's plan, to get this person that we will call Doxer, and we will mark as red from now on, to dox the victim by any means. NCD originally had no remorse for what happened, but after a lot of people he liked cut ties with him, he changed his entire persona, and now condemning the doxer. Despite doing that, he still didn't tell anyone that he was the guy who told the doxer to dox the victim to begin with. After the doxing, none of them had the reality check that they are going way too far, and were making the situation even worse, saying, fly to Bangladesh, the country in which the victim lived. I want to murder the victim, and the worst one of all, victim, I fucking hate you, I am going to rape you. The person who said this, whom we'll call Yellow, was 17 years old at the time, and after the victim, a 12-year-old, was doxxed, said that he wanted to go and rape him. NCD's response was W Yellow. But once again, after a bunch of people cut ties with him, he changed his stance again and now was against Yellow, calling him a groomer on separate occasions, despite the fact that he was perfectly okay with when it happened. The end goal of this bullying campaign was clear from the start: to mentally damage this 12-year-old kid with a not fully developed brain into committing suicide. We are not done, but I want to remind you all that this environment was created by NCD, and NCD was perfectly okay with what was being said here. Lone Racers was also okay with everything, and at no point did Lone Racer say that this is going way too far or simply left the server. No, he continued to participate in this. I mention this again because both NCD and Lone Racers are now in Rizia's new ranking group. And when I called out NCD for doing this shit in the video on Red Galaxy, Rizia defended him every step of the way, saying stuff like this is just a private sob story. Rizia compared NCD bullying a kid with the purpose of making him commit suicide as just a private sob story. Rizia is okay with being friends with this horrible human being, which wouldn't be that much of a problem if he wouldn't have defended and shielded him from any consequences or backlash. Furthermore, Rizia attacked me when I tried to bring this to light. As I mentioned, I am the fourth victim. And if you're wondering how I became the fourth victim, here is a little backstory. One of the people in the bullying campaign was an artist I was actively supporting on my channel. When I saw what he was doing, 17 days later, I instantly removed all of his songs from my channel and left out a statement so that everyone knows that I no longer support him. Because of this, the bullying campaign shifted their attention from the victim to me. Under NCD's command, the doxer that doxed the victim was now trying to dox me. When I didn't fall for it, he was getting more and more frustrated and became overly racist, sending rape threats to me, but also about my family. After that, he was sending gore, pornography, including a picture of a penis that he claimed is from a child, though I wasn't able to confirm, and epilepsy traps. Many of the members in the bullying campaign were rightfully disgusted and started separating themselves from him. All but NCD, Lone Racers, and a few others. In fact, NCD used this opportunity to organize another bullying campaign on Victim 3. After this, NCD tried to fix his relationship with me and the people that cut ties with him, saying that he changed and that he never actually supported Yellow and the Doxer. Yeah, dude, definitely, I believe you. He wasn't actually apologizing to me or the victim. In fact, he made an apology in ChatGPT and said it was made with ChatGPT to mock us, but still wanted forgiveness. I did the dumb mistake of believing him. But then, just a few days later, he slandered me again. So I cut ties with him for good and didn't tell any of the people he wanted to re-befriend that he was a changed man. After all, on the same day he told me he has changed, he was ongoing another bullying campaign on Victim 3. He got so butthurt that I didn't want to fix my relationship with him that he then made another bullying group chat, this time about me. Many things were said in that group chat, but I will only focus on the things that Lone Racer said for the most part. 1. He was saying the N word without saying the N word. Instead of typing the word himself, he would send screenshots of the word, like that would somehow magically shield him from backlash. He did say the N word quite a couple of times, as well as other slurs. He was also telling me to kill myself, saying stuff in his language that I didn't bother to ever translate, so if anyone wants to do it, you are free to do so. He was doing a terrible job of using my native language to insult me and my family, as well as other racist remarks. These times were very hard for me. Every time I woke up, I was feeling a pain in my chest. I was thinking about committing suicide many times. Luckily, I have some amazing IRL friends who noticed that something was wrong with me and supported me every step of the way. So why didn't I leave this group chat? Well, I did, and I was instantly added back. At that point, I decided to stay, so that I see how far they will go. I screenshotted 90% of what was being said there, and this video only uses around 5%. I made a dumb mistake of keeping this event to me inside me and not making it public with anyone, not sharing it with anyone, not even my parents. That changed me as a person, something that many people have noticed, and I wish to go back to the guy I was before, but I simply can't anymore. This scarred me, but I was acting like everything was fine. I was ignoring every single suicidal thought that I had. I started dreaming of suicide. I isolated myself from my friends and many more things that I am not ready to discuss publicly. In May, when I did my video on Red Galaxy, I mentioned briefly, for not even 15 seconds, this event and what they did to me. Rizia responded, telling me that I shouldn't make this experience public. That is just a private sob story. Rizia sided with the people that wanted me to commit suicide, telling me to shut my mouth so that no one knows what they did to me. Rizia tried to silence me numerous times, making up fake accusations because he had no real accusations to make. I didn't do anything wrong. He told me to shut my mouth, but he himself can't stop mentioning every single little shit, no matter how little, that people do to him. He twisted my words into making it seem like I said something I didn't. When I called him pathetic, that he spent his time after the hospital making a video lying about me and making fake accusations instead of focusing on himself. He twisted that into me making fun of the fact that he was in the hospital. I never made fun of him being in the hospital. As I mentioned previously, I have managed to confirm only 4 victims. I honestly think there are way more. For NCD, what he did here is probably not even 1% about all the dramas he has created, since he bragged about other ones that he made all the way back in 2022. While the group chat on me is long gone, and other group chats they made to bully other victims are also probably gone, the messages that they sent in the public server are still there, the public server of victim 1. A server invite will be in the description of this video. Many messages have since been deleted, but many are still there. And you can go and see for yourself everything I mentioned in this video if you do not trust that I'm telling the truth. I must remind you that a bunch of gore, porn, and epilepsy traps are still present there. So if you wish to join, do it at your own risk. In case you forgot the plot, these people are fully supported and shielded by Rizia. Rizia uses his power as a big ranker in the community to hide what they did. When I briefly addressed this, Rizia, in an attempt to shield NCD, said that this is just a private sob story and shouldn't be discussed publicly, while he at the same time was publicly attacking other people that did similar things. Double standards at their finest. Red Galaxy also said in the video on me that my accusations are exaggerated shit to the max. You, the viewer, should be the judge of that. I am still working on my second video on Rizia, when I will be exposing all the lies Rizia tried to tie to me. I would also like to make a video about the horrible shit NCD and other people that support Rizia and Rizia supports have said using alts. But until then, I have been Quasm, and this was the time Lone Racer NCD and many others tried to make me commit suicide, and I'm glad I didn't.